Hello and welcome to Puente Pixels. In this episode I'd like to show you how I constructed my Boscoyo Studios 360-degree mini tree and star. Here we can see one side of the Boscoyo mini tree with the pixels in, and we can see the issue with these trees in that the spacing between the pixels is not big enough to bridge the gap here and here. And so what we need to do is to cut the pixel string, insert a small jumper cable, shrink wrap the two pieces together and join them back together again, and this needs to be repeated on both sides of the tree. Here we can see a close-up of the jumper cable bridging the gap between the pixels. We've used a piece of 3-wire extension cable and shrink wrapped each of the individual wires and then covered it in a larger piece of shrink wrap, and this has been repeated at each end of the strand. So here at the top of the tree we can see where the two halves of the tree come together with the star. So this left hand side of the tree is joined to the right hand side of the tree through this cable here. The pigtail comes in on the left hand side. The data then flows through the pixels on the right hand side of the tree, and then we have a jumper cable that runs up here through this 3-wire cable, and this joins to the bottom of the star here. It then runs through the 20 pixels of the star, and finally this is the last pixel here, the 190th pixel, and this is where the power injection connection is made. This is a 3-pin waterproof connector, and we're just not using one of the connectors, and so it's only 12 volt power and ground that's fed in from the F8 distro board. So here we can see a close-up of the F8 distro board that is providing the power injection for the end of the pixel string in the Boscoyo tree. I'm just using SPT2 lamp cord here to provide the power to the end of the pixel string, and I'm using a 350 watt 12 volt power supply for testing purposes. Normally the F8 distro board and the Falcon differential receiver and a power supply would all be bundled inside an enclosure when they're deployed out in the garden. So this way of wiring up the Boscoyo trees with 85 pixels on one side and the two jumper links at the bottom in two places, jumping over to another 85 pixels on the other side of the tree, also with two jumper links, and then a long jumper cable from the bottom of the tree up to the top of the star and then round the star, is definitely the more involved way of wiring up these trees, but it's the only way I could find to make the tree work reliably when trying to run things like bars effects in X-Lights, and to have the bars effects correctly go the right way up the tree and up the star. So although it's a lot of effort, the results are worth it in the end. So the Boscoyo tree is connected to the Falcon controller via a pigtail at one end of the chain of 190 pixels, and we're injecting power from a separate power supply to the other end of the 190 pixels. This is because the voltage drop after 100 pixels is too great to allow the pixels to work properly without injecting power at the other end. Here we can see the partially completed tree running a simple test pattern from X-Lights with red and blue bars scrolling up the whole tree and the star. Here we can see the completed Boscoyo tree and star after the two halves have been zip tied together. The tree has been grouped together in X-Lights, and so the bars effect is running up both the tree and the star as a continuous whole. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and thanks again for watching.